What if I told you that everything you've been taught about saving for retirement is wrong? What if the goal isn't to die with the biggest bank account, but to die having lived the absolute fullest life? That's the provocative question at the heart of Bill Perkins's game-changing book, Die with Zero. Forget everything you think you know about financial planning. We're about to dive deep into why waiting too long to enjoy your money might be costing you your best life, and how to intentionally spend your way to a richer existence. Stick around, because this isn't just about money. It's about your time, your experiences, and leaving absolutely nothing on the table. We're all taught the same story. Work hard, save relentlessly, invest wisely, and one day, hopefully around age 65, you can retire and finally start living. The goal is to accumulate as much as possible, creating a safety net so large you'll never have to worry. But Bill Perkins, a successful hedge fund manager and high-stakes poker player, looks at this and sees a huge flaw. He asks, what is the point of having all that money if you read too old or too sick to enjoy it? This is where he flips the script. Instead of focusing on maximizing your net worth, he urges us to focus on maximizing our net fulfillment. He argues that our life is the sum of our experiences, and money is simply a tool to create those experiences. Waiting until retirement to buy all your experiences is like saving up all your food for a feast in your final days. You might have a massive spread, but you won't have the appetite to enjoy it. Perkins's background isn't that of a typical financial guru. He's a guy who has made a fortune by understanding risk and timing, and he applies that same logic to life itself. His conclusion is that we're all playing the game of life too conservatively, saving for a future that might not come, at the expense of the present that is definitely here. The ultimate goal isn't a massive inheritance. It's a life rich with memories. This brings us to the first major takeaway. Optimize for experiences, not for dollars. Perkins introduces a powerful concept he calls the experience curve. Think about it. Your ability to enjoy certain experiences changes drastically with age. Backpacking through Europe or learning to surf is a lot easier and probably more enjoyable in your 20s or 30s than it is in your 70s. The money you spend on that trip in your youth isn't just spent, it's invested. It pays you back in what Perkins calls memory dividends. These are the stories you tell, the lessons you learn, and the joy you feel every time you look back on that experience. That memory dividend compounds over your entire lifetime. Waiting until you reach 70 to take that dream trip might mean you have more money to spend on a luxury hotel. But you might lack the physical health, the energy, or even the adventurous spirit to truly get the most out of it. The value of your money for creating certain experiences actually diminishes as you get older. Perkins isn't saying to be reckless. He's saying to be intentional. Look at your life right now. What experiences would give you the biggest memory dividend if you had them today instead of in 30 years? The book forces you to ask, what am I waiting for? It's a powerful shift from how much can I save to what experiences can I have now that will enrich the rest of my life. So if we're supposed to be spending on experiences, how do we do it without being irresponsible? This leads to the second key takeaway, using time buckets for intentional spending. Perkins suggests we should view our lives not as one long timeline, but as a series of distinct phases or buckets of time. For example, the 20 to 30 bucket is different from the 40 to 50 bucket, and so on. Each bucket has unique opportunities for experiences that you can't necessarily replicate later. Maybe your 20s are for adventure and risk-taking. Your 30s and 40s might be for building a family and taking amazing vacations with young kids. Your 50s and 60s might be for mentorship or mastering a new skill. The idea is to sit down and plot these experiences out on your personal timeline. Don't just say someday I'll travel. Instead, say in my 35 to 40 time bucket, I will take a 6-month sabbatical to live in Southeast Asia. By assigning experiences to specific time frames, you create a concrete plan and a sense of urgency. This helps you fight what Perkins calls experience deferral, the habit of constantly pushing joy into a vague future that may never arrive. It forces you to allocate your resources, your time, your health, and your money to the periods when they will have the most impact. A practical way to start is to literally draw out a timeline of your life from now until your estimated end. Then, start filling in the big experiences you want to have. When do you want to start that business? When do you want to learn to play the guitar? This exercise transforms abstract dreams into a tangible life plan. Now, a big part of the Die with Zero philosophy involves not just spending on yourself, but also on others. This is the third key takeaway. Recalibrate your giving. The traditional model is to leave a large inheritance to your kids or to charity after you're gone. Perkins argues, why wait? He is a huge proponent of life-giving, giving money to your loved ones and your favorite causes while you're still alive to see the impact. Think about it. The $20,000 you plan to leave your child could be life-changing for them at age 30 when they're trying to put a down payment on a house or start a business. At age 60, when they're already financially secure, it might just be a nice bonus. By giving it to them sooner, you get to witness their joy, share in their success, and guide them. The emotional return on that investment is immense. It transforms inheritance from a cold, posthumous transaction into a warm, shared experience. The same goes for charitable giving. Donating to a cause and seeing the good it does with your own eyes is far more fulfilling than a line item in a will. This approach also has practical benefits, like potential tax advantages for lifetime gifts. More importantly, it brings your family into your financial planning. It opens up conversations about money, values, and priorities, ensuring that your wealth is used in a way that truly aligns with what matters most to you and your family. It's about making your money a tool for connection and joy, right here and now. Of course, the moment you talk about spending more and saving less, a huge fear pops up for everyone. What if I run out of money? This is the biggest mental hurdle to embracing the Die with Zero mindset, and it's our fourth key takeaway. Perkins directly addresses this fear. He's not advocating for draining your bank account by age 50. He's advocating for a calculated approach. First, you need to ensure your basic needs are met for life. This is your safeguard amount. Using annuities or other financial tools, you can secure a baseline income that covers your essentials, no matter how long you live. Once that's covered, the rest of your money is freed up for intentional spending on experiences and giving. The book also encourages you to use online calculators and actuarial tables to get a realistic estimate of your life expectancy. While it sounds a bit morbid, knowing your probable timeline helps you create a more effective spending plan. The goal isn't to hit zero on the exact day you die. That's impossible. The goal is to aim for it, to shift your default setting from mindless accumulation to purposeful decumulation. The real risk, Perkins argues, isn't dying with zero. The real risk is dying with millions in the bank and a heart full of regrets for the life you were too afraid to live. The cost of oversaving isn't just financial. It's a cost paid in lost opportunities, missed adventures, and unshared joy. So, how does this radical idea fit into the broader pursuit of financial freedom? From our perspective, DA with Zero doesn't contradict the principles of financial independence. It reframes the why. Financial freedom isn't just about having enough money to stop working. It's about having the freedom to live your life on your own terms. This book provides the philosophical engine for that journey. It pushes you to balance the necessary phase of accumulation with an equally important phase of intentional spending and decumulation. It's not an either-or. It's a both and. The goal is to build wealth, not for its own sake, but as a tool to craft your ideal life. So, what are the actionable steps you can take today? First, start an inventory of your time buckets. Map out your life and start dreaming about what you want to put in each bucket. Second, have an honest conversation with yourself about your biggest life experiences. What are they? When is the optimal time to have them? Third, start calculating your optimal spend. Figure out your basic needs, secure them, and then create a plan to joyfully and purposefully spend the rest on what truly matters. It's about shifting from a scarcity mindset to one of calculated abundance. To wrap it all up, DA with Zero is a powerful call to action. It challenges us to stop sleepwalking toward a retirement we might be too old to enjoy. Bill Perkins' core message is simple but profound. Your life is the sum of your experiences. The goal is to maximize your positive life experiences, and money is one of the most powerful tools you have to do that. Don't wait. Invest in experiences that pay memory dividends. Plan your life in time buckets. Give to others while you're alive to see the joy. And don't let the irrational fear of running out of money rob you of the one life you have. The ultimate goal isn't to die with the most money. It's to die with the fewest regrets. What are your thoughts on this? Is the idea of dying with zero exciting or terrifying? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and if you found this valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content to help you live a richer life.